Tiffany Eisner, for those who may not know me, and I wanted to explain a little bit about why I became a Beachbody coach. You may have seen posts of mine about workouts and recipes and challenge groups and things like that, and wondering what in the world it is I'm doing. And so I wanted to let you know a little bit about what led me to this amazing opportunity that has changed my life in such a small amount of time. A couple of years ago, I started developing some health issues. I was working 3 jobs and going to school, and I had no car, so I was taking the bus everywhere. So I would get home pretty late at night, and when I would try to cook something, it would be something that I would think was healthy, but it really wasn't. Like I would take vegetable oil and think, oh, because it has the word vegetable in it, that it was good for me, right? So I would just douse that in the pan and cook with that every night. But that didn't help me any. When I wasn't attempting to cook whatever I could with whatever I had, unlimited financial resources, I would make a run to McDonald's, and I would do that about 5 to 6 days a week. So I was just constantly eating dollar menu, over and again, small fry, McChicken, whatever, small Sprite. This was like, constantly. Sometimes several times a day I was doing that. Lunch, dinner, whenever I had time, I was just grabbing McDonald's because it was quick and convenient. That lifestyle ended up catching up with me. I started developing chest pains that felt like heart attacks. I didn't know what they were at the time. I would just be in pain, screaming, rolling around on the floor on my bed, in so much pain. And I was living alone at the time. I was alone for 10 years, and I had no one looking after me, so I would have to go to the ER or call a friend to take me. And the doctor said it was my diet, and he put me on a regimen. You can eat this, you can't eat that, and I had to follow this whole strict diet, which pretty much left me with bread and rice. I just ate a lot of bread and a lot of rice, and I just kept it very bland because I was afraid of eating anything other than that would stimulate that pain again. I wanted to die. That's how bad it felt. And I knew I needed to exercise. I'd been active my entire life up until the last couple of years, with not being involved in any sports, which I've done my whole life. And I would just go running around the block to try to get some exercise in. But then there will be those guys, yelling at you, "Oye, mama," or whatever. And if you're from Miami, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So that would happen. And then, so I would try to work out from home in my house, doing squats and things like that. But I had no motivation because I was alone. I had nobody helping me. And that's my cat, by the way, going a little crazy right now. He's hyper. Sorry about that. I have my other cat over there as well. 2 of them, my babies. And so that didn't work out. I didn't have much motivation for that. And then, let's see, I was in nursing school. I had a big problem staying awake throughout school and studying. I would open up my book, fall asleep. In clinicals, I would fall asleep. In class, I would fall asleep. And I had no energy. I was just drained all the time, to the point where there was an incident where I actually collapsed while at clinicals, and my professor literally caught me before I hit the floor. And she knew there was a problem, and I knew there was a problem. So something needed to change. And flash forward to last year, my grandfather, who was my entire world, passed away, and after that I just pretty much gave up on everything. I lost sight of my goals, my dreams. I just didn't care anymore. I found no reason to make myself better, nothing to look forward to. I would just sleep all the time because I thought nothing mattered. I started working as a nurse, and I wasn't happy with my career choice that I went to school for a very long time for, because something was still missing, and I would take my patients' burdens home with me, and it would affect me. And my personality is very happy-go-lucky, So being in such a sad environment, it was getting to me, and I thought I was tougher than that, but I realized I wasn't able to handle it. So I was having hair falling out, stressed like crazy, in debt financially, and just everything was a mess. I just gave up on life. I completely gave up. And to the Beachbody story, one of my old friends from elementary school, we were cheerleaders in middle school and high school. She was a Beachbody coach, and she had been posting for 2.5 years about challenge groups and how she was exercising and losing weight and helping other people. But it wasn't until 2.5 years later of me watching her consistently. And then there was one particular post she said that spoke to me, and it was about making a difference and about doing something bigger than yourself, and finding something that gives you meaning and knowing that you're meant for more. And for me, I'm a pretty spiritual person, so I've always felt like I was meant to do something more with my life. I don't know what, I don't know how, but the 9 to 5 was never for me. The gifts that God gave me, I know that I'm supposed to do something with them and use those talents and use my heart that I have for caring for people for something much, much bigger than myself. So that little post that she said just struck a chord with me, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. If she can do it, and she says that I can do it, and anyone can do it, then I can do it too. I wanted to get my health back on track, so that was one reason. I was severely living paycheck to paycheck, bank account bouncing, and then, the bank charges you $35 every time you bounce. So I was just like crying. I could not get on top of my bills. I didn't know what to do. So I had that going for me. Just a whole mess of things. I needed to get healthy again. I needed to take care of myself. I needed goals. I needed dreams. And I needed something just to fulfill my life again. So I jumped 2 feet into this Beachbody thing, and it has been a blessing since the beginning. It's only been a couple months, but I've grown as a person. I feel better. Now that I'm back in shape, I have my energy again thanks to Shakeology, and I'm not falling asleep all over the place. I get up and I'm actually productive. And a lot of this I owe to my boyfriend for encouraging me and constantly reminding me or telling me that I can do more than what I thought I could. That I was capable of being my own boss and taking care of people the way that I like to take care of people. He'd heard stories of me, complaining about previous jobs where bosses would get upset with me when I would choose the customer over the business. And I have always been a people person, so I tend to go on the side of the customer. The customer's always right. Even if they're not, I'm still on their side regardless. So he always believed in me and said, you can do this no matter what. So I said, you know what? I do want to help people, and if given the chance of doing anything in this world that can make a difference and help people, I would do it. Even if that means, taking a step up and taking a chance and trying to run a business. For me, the word business was always a sticky word because I always equated that with money and, chasing people and trying to sell things to people that they just don't need, and I never wanted any part of it whatsoever. But I always had that mindset in the back of my mind that if I ever had my own business for any reason, it would be about people and about helping people. So I jumped in, and now I'm in this thing, and I'm 100%, 1,000,000% all in it, doing whatever it takes to support my family financially, plan out my future with my boyfriend, because we are in 2 different cities. He's taking care of his parents, and I'm taking care of my mother, who is bipolar and severely depressed. So she needs me, and because of this situation, we can't be together, and because of finances, we just can't be together right now, and it's a stress on our relationship. But we're making it happen. We've been doing this for 1.5 years now, and he's working from there, and I'm working for here together. We're doing all we can to build this and make our dreams come true, as well as the dreams of everyone around us, because we just want to help people. And so yeah, those are just a couple of the reasons why I jumped into this Beachbody business. And not to mention when a couple of months ago, Lindsay posted for the first time ever her earnings of how much she had been making by helping people, and it just completely blew my mind. And when I saw what she was doing and how much her life was changing, retiring her husband by the time he was 30, 31, from his job, and she retired from her own job, and they both work from home, and they have their kids, and they're just always with their kids. This whole dream and idea that we all want, she has it. She did it. She worked hard and she did it. So I know it's possible. And she's not the only one. I've been watching many people do the same thing, and I know it's very possible. So I'm all in it. If anyone is curious or interested in talking to me about coaching, I would be more than glad to help you. If you think you may be all in it too, I would love to have you on my team and be your coach. And I do plan to take this all the way to the top. So if you're with me, you'll be in good hands. All right? Thanks so much for hearing me out, and hope to hear from you guys. Love you all. Bye.